Okay, so here's what you need to do. All right, so this, I've just set up an example table, but this is like your main file, the one where you need to get your data into. Where you want to map your data to from your export. So I know you already had a bunch of sheets in that file, but you'll want to create a sheet that is for your source data. And there's going to be a lot of work you have to do the first time that you won't have to do after that. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to open our new source data tab. We're going to go to data up here. We're going to get data. And you need to do this after you have saved your export file from that program you mentioned. So we're going to go get data from file from Excel workbook. You're going to go and find that export file that you got from your program you exported from. I'm going to pretend this one is that. You're going to hit import. All right, and over here it should list the sheets in that file. You select the sheet that has your data. We're going to go down here to load, and we're going to select load to. We want it to load to a table, which is the default. We want to load it to an existing worksheet. Make sure you don't pick new worksheet or it won't work in the future. So existing worksheet, and it's automatically set to A1, so it's going to start pasting the data into A1 and fill the rest. So, okay, and you can see it pulled that data from that file, the way it's set up in that file. So we've got all our columns here, and they're not in the order we want. So we want category, which is our product type. We want product name, which is our title. We want supplier, which is our vendor. And we want price, which is our variant 1 price. I'm just going to make this smaller so it's easier to see what we want to see. All right. So now we're going to set up our mappings using index, and you'll only have to do this part the first time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go under our category. We're going to hit equals index, which once you start typing it, it should pop up with this suggestion. You can click it. All right. First is our array. So that's the range of cells we want it to look for. So while that's in there, make sure you don't click outside of it. Make sure your thing is blinking in the cell. Click on your source data sheet. Then we go to our column that we want to get. And we're just going to start by clicking just a small range. All right, and you can see it filled in up here that range that we selected, G2 to G9. All right, but we're just going to manually change this to like a big number so it captures all the rows.
Right. About the big P.
All right. So now that we've done that, we're going to type in a comma. And for that first, I don't want to click it and mess it up, but for that first cell, that first row in that column, we're going to type the cell that we want it to map to for that first, which is going to be the first one here. So we're just going to put a 1. And then we're going to close our parentheses and hit enter. And you can see it auto-filled all the rest. So if we look, tableware, tableware, mug, mug, mug. We go over here to our product type, tableware, tableware, mug, mug, mug. All right, so we've got our category set up. Now we want our product name. So we'll do the same thing, equals VLOOKUP. All right, this is going to be our title. So we'll do the same thing. We'll select a range of cells. Then we'll manually change the last cell it references to a big number, comma, 1, close parentheses, enter. Oh, sorry, I messed up. I don't know why I did VLOOKUP. Let me try that again. Equals index. So equals index. Go to our source data. Select a range in the column we want. Change this to a big number, comma, 1, close parentheses, and enter. All right, so you can see we have rip, salt, pepper, doll head, black heart. Rip, salt, pepper, doll head, black heart. So that's matching. All right, so now we want our supplier to do the same thing, equals index. Go here, find the column that we want our vendor, select a range, change this to a big number, comma, 1, close parentheses, enter. And then finally we'll do our price, index. We'll find our column, variant price. Change this to a big number, comma, 1, parentheses, enter. All right, so you can see that auto-filled all of that. We'll make sure that we captured our full range. So we should have at the bottom a mug, owl mug, Killstar 23. So we didn't get the full range, so we're just going to drag this out until it gets to the bottom range of our data. Now you probably won't have to do this part. There we go. So that was the bottom row in our data. I had just not set up this original table to be long enough to match how long this was, but now it is. So I have now mapped these columns to the columns I want in this sheet. All right, so there's all of your data there. And let's say I want to sort this one, and I want to sort it A to Z. And of course, it's going to pull those up to the top, but you can see everything is sorted. I could sort price large to small, however I want to sort. All right. So now, let's say you're the next time around and this is your old data and you need new data. So we're just going to take and click in the top corner here and hit the delete button on your keyboard, clear it out. Over here, you'll see everything is now zeroed out. So now
No.
Let's say you have a new export of data. This is the next month or the next quarter or whatever, and you have a new export of data. You'll go back up here. You'll make sure you're at the top cell. Get data from file, from Excel workbook.
No.
All right, so last time I used this one, so that was my old data. So now it's a new quarter. I have a new set of data, a new export. So I'm going to do the same thing. Import, sheet 1, load to, existing worksheet. Okay. So now if we go over here, you can see it's already pre-mapped. So our new set of data got pulled in and mapped to the columns that we want. Category, shower curtains, product name, supplier, and price. So then every time, if you just leave these formulas in here without deleting them, you only change your source data tab. Whenever you want to clear it out, you just click at the top left and hit delete on your keyboard, clear it out, and then, and then go to data, import your data from your latest export. It will automatically populate this in the order that you need it.